Retired on the field, Jeff Saturday's football career very much continues often at ESPN. In fact, a new career allows him to reflect on his own, which took him to the University of North Carolina until he graduated in 1998. And after failing to make an NFL roster that fall, the business grad was ready to move on.
If the Colts don't call, where do you end up? What are you doing right now?
Oh, my word. There is no telling. My wife and I were in the Raleigh area. She's a physical therapist by trade, and I was working for an electric supply company. And I was advancing and progressing, and it was a good company. But I don't know.
You were set. You were ready to go. Hey, football's in the rearview mirror.
Yeah. Football was done. I wasn't even thinking about football. But as far as finding a career, I really have no idea.
When they called, you end up in Indianapolis. You're in camp. Did you think, this is my last chance? I got to go all in?
Absolutely.
Or what? Yeah.
Yeah. There was no holding back. And I can remember being in Terre Haute at Rose-Hulman and riding the bus over to Indiana State because it had rained, and hearing the guys on the bus and what they were talking about. And I can honestly remember thinking they have zero perspective of what the real world is going to be like, because I had just worked in the real world for almost a year, and nobody's meeting you halfway. You know, they don't care about your comfort level. They don't care. It's a job. You show up and do your job. And I remember riding on the bus and thinking, I'm about to let this thing rip. I mean, I'm gonna go all I got. They're gonna have to drag me out, kicking and screaming, because I'm not letting it go.
He started as an offensive guard, but then in 2000, the Colts gave him a crack at center, working closely with Peyton Manning.
How much of you hooking up with Peyton help you?
It's all the good Lord. The situation that I came to with the Colts and with Peyton being young, I tell people all the time, I grabbed his coattails and rode, but the way that he approached the game was very similar to the way I did. And from an intellectual perspective, he wanted to study film, which I enjoyed. I wanted to know when I walked on the field what I was going to get, how I was going to respond to it, play through a lot of mental games.
Yeah.
And that was the way. So we connected really quickly based on that. And I was never afraid to talk. I mean, if I had to make a call, right or wrong, to be right, wrong, or indifferent, I wasn't going to be quiet.
Well, and that comes down to respect. And if a guy like 18 is respecting you, well, then that takes everything to a whole new level.
Absolutely. Him backing me and saying, hey, man, I believe in you. I believe in what you're going to do for this offensive line, gives instant credibility to older players that were older than me.
The two became inseparable, playing 172 games together, an NFL record for a quarterback-center combo. And then in January of 2007, scoring a touchdown against the Patriots in the AFC Championship Game.
Best moment, touchdown, AFC Championship Game?
Best moment was winning the AFC Championship. I love the touchdown. I had a good block on the on another touchdown. Fun times, but the actual win, being in the city at the RCA Dome.
Getting over the hump. Finally.
Coming back from a big deficit.
Right.
And I had given a speech, that it's our time speech, so that I had ripped it off from the USA hockey team and given it to our guys. And so I just thank God that we won, because I had given this impassioned speech the night before.
Here's the question. Did anybody realize that was the speach from the USA?
No. It's completely not. We're all too young for that. So it was,
Except for you, obviously.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. And so, but no, winning that game, I tell people all the time, winning the Super Bowl was really cool. That first AFC Championship game that we won to beat the Patriots, that's the highlight.
The ride took a turn in 2012. Surgeries and salary cap issues led Peyton to sign with the Denver Broncos. Saturday almost followed, instead choosing the Green Bay Packers. But back in Indy, an era had ended.
It's a business. It's got to end sometime. And a lot of people weren't happy with the way Peyton was let go. Oh, it's an end of an era all of a sudden. How do you look back at that?
My contract was up. I had an opportunity to go back there, and there was a lot of change. You didn't know. No one knew what Andrew Luck was really going to be. They knew they were going to draft him. And I remember sitting down with Jim Irsay and him just saying, Jeff, at this point in your career, if I'm you, I'm going to somebody who I know is going to win games. And that was the Green Bay Packers. And I remember that conversation like it was yesterday. And he said, you've built your legacy here. Go get you another one and go have fun doing it.
And you'll always be a Colt whenever it's all said
absolutely. And told me, whenever you're done, I'm the first call. You will retire a Colt. Yeah, I love you. I'm wishing you and your family the best. And I appreciated that.
This is not costing me anything.
And true to his word, on March 7th, 2013,
Cost him a lot more, like he said the last time I did this, right?
Jim Irsay signed Jeff for a final time, making him a Colt for life. With the Ring of Honor, inevitably, up next.
It's good.
Induction into the Ring of Honor. This is heavy stuff.
It's unbelievable. You never think about it. You never think about those kinds of, especially as an undrafted free agent out of college. I mean, you don't think anything about stuff like that. And
You're just hoping to play in the stadium, let alone see your name up with the sign.
That's right. I tell you all the time, I prayed for 1 year. And, I was just like, please, God, let me get 1 year, like as a backup, as a specialty, whatever it is.
Right.
And then
Hauling water to the guys.
Yeah, I'll do anything. Right. Any job you need, I'm here. And so it's unbelievable. I mean, and it's such an honor. And I truly feel like this. I feel like I'm bringing all my, my Ryan Deem, Tarek Glenn, Ryan Lilja, Jake Scott, the guys I played most of my prime year, the Kyle Devans later in my career, Jamie Richards. I mean, I just think about these guys and all the time we spent together in our meeting rooms and the jokes and the good times and the bad times on plane rides home from wins and losses. That's the stuff. And so the ring is just kind of a cherry on top of all that.
A 14-year playing career, 6 Pro Bowls, 2 All-Pro selections, 132 career wins for the Colts. And to think, it almost never happened.
The theme of your career.
My theme would be better than I deserve, because that's a fact. Yeah, from the start till the way it ended, it's storybook, and it's like I said, much better than I deserved.